Need a job? Hurston Dynamics is currently hiring in multiple departments. If credits are tight, we even offer a credit advance for new qualified employees. See your local recruiter for details. Why not consider calling Lorville home? Residences are available at all price points. See a habitation rep for details. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Why not consider calling Lorville home? Residences are available at all price points. See a habitation rep for details. Lorville is our city. Take pride in its appearance. Clean up after yourself. Easton Station. Transfers to the Central Line. Attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Now arriving. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding. Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching. Next stop, Central Station. Now arriving, Central Station. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Next stop, Pcie Spaceport. Now arriving, Pcie Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors.
Which one is space break on the keyboard? I forgot. X?
X.
Yeah.
I put it in general chat. This is the chords I got for it. I don't know if it means much, since I don't know what the hell SAL is supposed to be.
All right, coming to get you.
Oh, marvelous.
I really do like the new menus that they have on board the ship. So much easier.
So much better, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Can't wait till they implement that on elevators and everything else.
Okay, I see OM3. OM1, I'm about 195. He said I need to be 145. Do you get the coordinates you gave me? This SAL, what the hell is that?
What's the shortcut key to close doors? Why? What is it?
Oh, I don't think it's
K.
true. Oh, it's called.
Exterior
Oh, yeah, there it
doors
is. Yep.
is K.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I've learned something new every day.
All right, coming to get you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Trey, still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you see
Okay,
what
so
I
you're at
put
Port
in
Alisar?
general?
Yes.
Of OM 135. What OM?
He said it's in the triangle of 135. And then he said it was 145 from OM1. And then he said SAL2 and SAL5, which I have no idea what he's referring to.
He's trying to give you SAL2 shoot the facility SAL2 and SAL5. He's trying to give you an XYZ up down.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You don't.
SAL doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay. Well, it's a facility on this planet. We just can't see that because it doesn't show you the full names, you know?
Well, I'm heading towards OM1, trying to get to 145, whatever he
I'm
said.
at SPA.
Oh, I see you standing somewhere.
Oh, hi. You arrived, dear.
Yep, coming down.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, I'm 145 from OM1. He said 145.
Okay, I'm in Hangar 8.
Hangar 8. Wonderful.
Oh, so you mean SPAL?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just saying he forgot the letter P.
So I see 3. I don't know where 5 is. There's 6. I don't see 5.
All right, sweetie, we're aboard.
Yep, I am airbound.
I wish all ships were like this. I wish we could cycle the view to external, even if we're not sitting down in the seat. The Pisces is so wonderful that it has that function.
Yeah, well, it's actually because it only has one single entrance that makes it that way.
Well, I hope they make that
Found
available.
5.
That would be nice.
There's 2. There's a square on the North Pole. What's that about?
Plus, you know, I make it look easy. Okay, here we go.
Okay, there's 5. So
Beautiful
guess
take.
I just
Beautiful take.
torch Shubin and
Thank you.
five is 43. 2 is 159. God dang it, every time I go off screen the ship flips around. Bastard. There's 2 and 5.
I'm on this side over here.
This station looks so small from a distance, but it's so large.
Yep. Or my other ship, possibly. It shouldn't have, but I think it might have stored the other ship. Yep. Could be. That was parked like right over here.
Do you have to respawn it again?
Probably.
Should we stay in this ship so it doesn't despawn?
Yeah. Hold on a second. It should still be here. So stupid that it despawned it. I'm trying to remember where exactly I was parked.
It's just odd that it would just spawn. It's not supposed to just spawn as long as you're logged in.
Yeah, kind of bullshit. Should have been like right in this area right here. Yeah, I was parked into this little eave right here.
Was it unlocked? Maybe somebody else flew away with it?
No. Oh, well, technically the bay was still open on the top, but
I heard that there are certain places they can just simply go through because there's no physics boundary around.
hey, look, we can see right into the station here. This is a window.
Oh, where is that at?
Right here. Look right ahead of us.
Oh. Oh, wow. Look at that. It looks so small from out here, but it's so large when you're inside the station.
Oh, you can literally see people standing in there, NPCs. Yep,
The detail of this game is
That's
truly
crazy.
remarkable.
that's fucking nuts.
It is really something amazing. It really is. But it's when you're looking at it from the outside, it looks so small. But when you're inside, it looks large.
Yep, crazy. All perspective.
So the entire interior of the station is actually a very small section of this station.
Yep.
I wonder what would happen if they actually mapped out the entire station. It would
Oh
take a
god, that would be
long-
crazy. Yep, it despawns, so I guess I'm gonna have to try to respawn it again.
One thing about the real world is pretty much we have a lot of things that are standardized, but yet we have a lot of things that are not, such as labels that are infinitely unique. Well, even they have patterns after so many repetitions. In fact, everything has a pattern after so many iterations. But for example, like in a city, you'd have McDonald's at every so many blocks, you know.
Yep.
Or a wedding boutique store, you know, at every so many blocks. So in a way, they could simply procedurally create all those things, so that way it would be realistic and diegetic, while at the same time it wouldn't be unrealistic to have the same repeating businesses over and over after you're walking so many distances.
Yep.
Of course, a building may be arranged differently, but maybe 5 buildings or 20 buildings are all built with cinder blocks, but they're built in a different way with cinder blocks.
Yep.
Even a soda can is the same shape, no matter what brand it is, and it's still the aluminum can. So it's I just think that'd be interesting if they really look at the way the real world is, you know, if they're gonna make something dense and populous.
Well, I think they did a pretty good job with our cart.
On the external they did, but I'm noticing that the actual area where we walk around is quite small compared to the entire planet. You know, it would be nice
True.
if you could, where you land, there's actually an inhabited area with actual stores and shops and businesses.
God, that would take so much crazy work. I mean, they don't have that kind of tech yet. All right, I'm going to hop out here and try to respawn the other.
Oh, all right.
You scoot over. Yeah, if you want, you can jump in the pilot seat so it doesn't despawn.
Sorry, I was in external. All right, I'll watch this ship while you spawn the other.
Okie dokie.
Anvil Aerospace, all systems online.
I think that's so stupid that it despawned itself. Ouch. That hurt a little bit.
Yes, that's a little bit of inconvenience.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to reclaim it, like if it's unknown and you have to reclaim it, I could spawn the one I have so that way you don't have to wait.
Yeah. Well, it's so close to the station that it should have just been put away, you know?
I understand.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they have done. Well, what's crazy is I just flew down to pick you up and then come back, and the fact that it's gone is kind of shitty.
That part I just don't understand. I really don't know why it would despawn. It just that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I heard there's a bug that once you spawn 2 or 3 things, your other thing disappears once you get a certain distance. Oh shit! It says unknown. Yeah, Hurston. So
okay, I'll go and
file claim, and let's see how much. It says 9 minutes. So yeah, let me come back and then you can go do your thing.
get Space Chauffeur to spawn.
Oh wait, hold on. Can I see? Oh yeah, here's the same window that we were looking at or looking at earlier. Hold on, let me come back here. I'm gonna say it was.
Your elevator travels really fast. That's only.
Yeah. Let's try 3. Maybe 4. Let me try 4. Nope.
How many pads are there?
There are 4 total.
I see.
Sun distance, I think you're at 1. 1 or 2.
It's just amazing how large it looks when you're inside the lobby, but when you're outside, it looks so.
Well, yeah, it's depth perception.
Well, I think I'm close to where it is.
All right.
Well, let me know once you're on board.
Yep, I'm close.
All right. Hangar 3.
Yeah, gonna be. We're outside of hangar or landing pad. 4. Oh god, I fell down. Okay, it's gonna be hangar 3. You said.
Yes, Hangar 3. So I'll let you fly.
Well, you just pull it out and I'll come meet you. Because I got to put this thing in and I need somebody to open the door from the inside.
Flare online.
Oh, I see. Wow, the hangar doors open and you're seeing the horizon of the planet. What an amazing view.
Yep. Yeah, all you gotta do is bring her out and we'll land this bad boy in the hangar.
Alrighty, Ghost, Solara, Epicos, you guys have an excellent night. I'm signing out.
Oh,
All right, good night.
You have a wonderful evening. Sweet dreams till sunbeams.
Later.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you again soon. The work the lighting crew has done is so wonderful. They really have got the global illumination.
They've done some work.
I've sent enough private messages to them. I noticed they have actually stopped responding to me after a certain point.
Just ease her out. He's still trying to make it to the pilot seat.
Yes, it was a bit confusing.
Yeah, it took me a bit to understand the ship too, so. You should be able to use the K button to actually open the hangar door as well. Granted, it will open all the doors on the ship, but it should still work nonetheless. There you go. Easy does it. Easy does. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Wait. Wait. Oh. Yeah, she flies right by me. You passed me, I think.
Oh, I stopped this thing. Oh, there we go. X, right?
Break. C also will work.
Ooh, that was nerve-wracking.
Alright, and just press K and I'll try to land it in the hangar.
I am so glad that I'm so glad that I learned. I didn't know that there was a button you could do that with. Oh, I was using inner thought the whole time.
Inner thought's good too.
This is much more convenient just to press K.
God, this is so much harder without all my controls.
Oh my god. I'm over here like trying to figure out where it is, and I just looked straight down. The building was right underneath my ship.
Funny, I like it.
I thought it was gonna shoot
you're
at me,
moving
but
ever
it's,
so
you know,
slightly.
I am?
Yep. There you go.
love this big window. It looks like I'm floating in space.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Right, so I'll head to Microtech, I guess. Want to check out the new moons. Have you seen the new moons yet, or no?
What new moons?
I don't think they've put in the new moons yet. That's not for 3.9.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But there are some beautiful biomes we've discovered on Microtech if you want to go through those places. Beautiful forested biomes with dense and green forest, not snow covered. Isn't that amazing? The captain's office is so nice. Wow, you can see the station in the distance.
See everything. It's amazing. Let's gain some altitude.
It's going
Got
to
a
be
bogey.
It's going to be, oh, well, I have faith in you, dear. I can't wait to see your Polaris.
Yeah, it should be an impressive ship when they have it finished.
That ship will take a while to tour, I imagine.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on.
I think this one alone has 4 decks.
Yes, it does. 4 floors.
Aorus will probably have, well, it has a much wider body, so, like this, I'm surprised there's so much different places in the ship as narrow as the body is. You know, it's actually a tube, and yet there's still many different places. And so imagine a ship that's as wide as a void.
Yep. It's going to have a lot of room for a lot of things, I think. And I think the size of it's probably going to grow too, you know? I really do like the improvements they've made to like quantum travel, where you remember how quantum used to kind of spill over inside of the cabin, and now it doesn't. Like it's purely outside only.
Oh,
Before
yeah.
you used to see the frame shaking and all kinds of crap whenever you'd be in quantum,
I
and
hate
now
it.
it's just smooth now. It's like so crazy how clean it is.
I'm so glad they got rid of that.
Yeah, they've
Can
come
we
a
really
long
bring it back?
ways. They're not bringing it back.
Of course they're bringing it back. Did you see the crack?
Nope.
Oh, that's why you don't know.
Whatever.
You've ridden a roller coaster, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you know the bars that come down over the top of you?
Yeah.
Hold you in your seat. That's what's on the
Yep.
crack.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Nah. No,
Probably
you don't.
jump
I don't
points.
think you remember what I'm talking about, though.
What, the shuttering when they stop you?
No, not that.
What?
So there used to be this graphical error where quantum outside your ship used to spill into your ship, like the particles and everything, and it would shake the frame of your ship, even though nothing was happening. You know, you were just traveling in quantum.
Well, I
It
don't know
looked
what
very
the shaking
unrealistic.
except when it was stopping. And as far as
Oh, it
particles
was.
coming through, it didn't really bother me. Never thought about it.
It's nice though that they finally got that all divided up properly, where that doesn't happen.
So where do I sell all these drugs now? Besides Grim Hex. Because I've tried before and couldn't find anywhere to freaking sell it before.
Good luck, buddy. I think you can sell it at R&Rs. They have like a secret terminal.
Yeah, I know some of them do. I found them.
Try selling it at one of those.
Yes. What? Why do I have a crime stat? Oh man, that's some bullshit. I automatically got a crime stat. I don't like this UEE magic. You're guilty even though nobody saw you. There's no witnesses.
Yeah, I think they're doing away with that in the next patch as well.
Well,
This is
Epicus,
the
you know what they say, do the crime, do the time.
I haven't done anything yet. Nobody saw me. Didn't happen. Show me the video. Show me the witness. There isn't any.
Do
This
you
is
have
magic.
proof of
All
your
right, we're
innocence?
coming into view of Microtech.
Oh,
I haven't done anything except steal drugs. And they were criminals either anyway, so what?
The burden of proof falls upon you, dear.
No. There's no witnesses. And if there are some, show me so I can kill them.
Uh-oh. Prediction.
Very funny.
God. I don't like this magic accusations.
It's the UE, dear. Like that saying,
Garbage.
when in Rome, you know, do as the Romans.
No, I don't. They do as I do because I say so.
Sorry, things don't work that way, dear.
I got some 50 cal machine guns that say otherwise.
Quantum drive is now on.
We'll see how long that lasts, especially in the next patch.
Until I get some more ammo.
Quantum drive is now off.
I hear real estate on Aberdeen is quite a prime real estate these days.
Oh,
Oh, this is so beautiful.
yes, it is.
Bottom drive is now off.
Be right back, dear. I have a phone call.
Actually, I gotta go, so going to Parker.
Oh, all right. Well, it was so nice to see you again, Ghost.
You too?
I really enjoyed flying with you. Our little time on the Carrack, that was very nice and pleasant.
It's been a pleasure flying with you as well.
And I do wish you a sweet dreams till sunbeams find.
Thank you so much.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Seriously? I got stopped and I killed pirates. And I committed a crime for assaulting security personnel because they were fighting security. They attacked me first. There's no justice.
In the UEE, everyone is guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, well, they keep making me guilty. I didn't ask to be guilty.
Then you have to prove your innocence.
And now they're stopping me again. More Ninetales, and I've been killing Ninetales, but they're still getting on me.
Oh, oh, Wolfie, hello there. I didn't see you come in, dear. So nice to see. How is your day going?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, oh yes, but your voice is really soft.
I don't hear anyone.
Hello.
I hear your voice, but I can't quite make out. I think you're saying hello.
Yeah, I was.
Oh well, now I can make out what you're saying. It's very soft, but I can make it out what you're saying. How have you been? You know, Wolfie, I had an extraordinary morning. I attended this event at the 890 Jump Owners Club, and anyway, I put the links to the stream in the Solara main chat. If you ever have a chance to look at that, it's quite a spectacular event.
That's really cool.
3890 jumps in a server. Can you believe that? That has to be the most expensive in-game Star Citizen event.
Yeah, for sure. I was afraid you
And
guys. I guess the server was small enough so that you guys getting it raided, huh?
oh, that server, they've actually well so about 30 jump there was about 3890 jumps, and then maybe the rest of them were security forces. So pretty much they took up the entire server.
That was
And
cool.
they really pushed it to its limits. What's amazing is there wasn't any crashes or 30K. For me, I didn't have my first crash until maybe 4 hours, almost 4 hours. Well, 3 hours and 28 minutes actually.
That's pretty good.
Yes, so 3.8.2 looks very promising. Oh, and by the way, Woofy, if you don't have a Carrack, you can still fly the Carrack. They're letting everyone fly the Carrack in the PT.
Oh, really? That's rather cool.
Yes, it's great. It's great if people want to have an introduction to it. I'm a little more and more liking the Carrack, but the problem is that I'm so in love with the 890 jump. I just cannot go with anything that's less than an 890 at this point. You know, I've seen what they can do and how wonderful things can be. It's, going to the Carrack would be like taking a step back for me. But still, it pretty much actually on a practicalities or a pragmatic level, you know, it's a lot more. And the thing with it is, it's you can land at all the different ports, so you have pretty much all the amenities that an 890 jump has, except you can take off and land at all the different ports, which adds a lot more flexibility in the game.
Oh, okay. That's probably because just a little bit shorter.
Yes, and that the front window is amazing. You can actually walk out onto the glass and see almost like a 360-degree view all around. So it's and there's a lot of windows on the ship. Pretty much, I would say they're not big windows like the 890 jump, but the front window is very big, and you have all these slits like windows on the side of the ship. So it has quite a bit of windows, and even a deck on the top where you can walk out to the top of the ship, which is pretty neat.
That's rather nice.
Yes, it is. I'm so glad that the hab deck, at least they color that white. Everything else is so dark and So, are you going to? Are you in the game by any chance?
No, no, I'm not.
Well, I myself might be retiring soon because it's been such a long day. But
Yeah, I know how that can be.
I swear this game is getting more addictive every day, and I can tell the graphics department has been polishing the game graphically because it's been looking really good graphics wise.
That's pretty good.
There's what was it oh yes, there was one last night was a pretty neat little get together we had. We went to one of the beautiful forested biomes with Karm. That I've got to do some annotations for it.
You found a new one?
Yes, I've that stream was last night, but I never actually created any time links for that stream. Oh, I did a lot of streaming the last few days. It's been a very busy week.
There's only 4 people in the server.
Well, that's wonderful. We have the server all to ourselves.
They probably have to go home and get up in the morning for work.
Yeah, but right now this is the time where everything's very slow.
What was that?
Wow, I was actually able to sell all the drugs at Grimhex for a change without having to do teeny weeny transactions for an hour.
Well, that was
That was amazing.
That's good. It's an improvement. I'll be right back, everyone.
Hmm.
Okey-doke.
That's weird.
What? What happened? An offer leave?
Can't hear you.
An offer leave?
Too quiet. Millions of people from around the Empire come to visit Crusader every year. From stunning vistas, planet sides, to bevy of unique and memorable locations in the surrounding environs. There's plenty of reasons why Crusader is considered by many to be above and beyond. What better way to explore the grand expanses of the Crusader by riding aboard the Genesis Starliner that was built planetside by Crusader Industries? These luxurious cruise ships offer tours not only of the gorgeous upper atmosphere of Crusader proper, but offer a myriad of options and destinations. Why not start with a sunset tour or see the Genesis being built right before your eyes in the beautiful lattice work of Crusader Industries, expansive shipyards? From there, you can cruise along the lower atmosphere to experience the colorful cacophony of one of our famous light storms, or head out into orbit and visit the beautiful icy moon of Yella, named for the oldest sibling of the childhood favorite fairy tale, A Gift for Baba. And visit this frozen landscape will surely have all the makings of a tale of your own. For more information on tickets and timetables, or to learn more about places to see and visit during your stay, please contact Crusader Visitor Information Center.
So they must gonna add that, huh?
I found a tablet laying on a table and I read it.
Ah, okay.
It was inside the bar at Grimhex.
Are you doing a rescue?
What? I'm at Grimhex. I heard you say Levski, but I don't know what you asked since I can't hear everything you said.
I said, are you at Are you doing a rescue?
Sorry, I still can't hear you. I've turned up your volume as high as I can without waking up my dad.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Back.
Sorry, I had a phone call. Oh, thank you, dear.
What are you doing, Wolf?
I was just watching your stream.
You're watching my stream and I'm just standing around?
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't even been playing. I've been reading stuff. You must be really bored.
Well, it's like you get nowhere
I completely understand and relate to her because sometimes I just like to watch streams. I'm too tired to play myself.
But I literally wasn't doing anything. Like, for 10, 15 minutes.
Well, that's... Yes, that's... Oh, Wolfie, I do hope you get better, dear. I'll say a prayer.
Are you still sick?
Yeah. I am indeed.
I'll put it out there in the universe that you'll be better before you know it.
Yeah, I figure I will be. I figure it's probably one of those colds that lasts 7 days. I'm hoping. Not to flu.
Solara, I found an ad for the Starliner talking about the landing area at Crusader.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
And what does it say?
Let's see, I put it in my journal. Millions of people from around the Empire come to visit Crusader every year, from stunning vistas planetside to a bevy of unique, memorable locations in the surrounding environs. There's plenty of reasons why Crusader is considered by many to be above and beyond. What better way to explore the grand expanses of the Crusader? It does say the Crusader, I don't know why. Than by riding aboard a Genesis Starliner that was built planetside by Crusader Industries. These luxurious cruise ships offer tours of not only the gorgeous upper atmosphere of the Crusader proper, but offer a myriad of options and destinations. Why not start with a sunset tour to see Genesis being built right before your very eyes in the beautiful latticework of Crusader Industries? Expansive shipyards. From there, you can cruise along the lower atmosphere to experience the colorful cacophony of one of our famous light storms, or head out into orbit and visit the beautiful icy moon of Yella, named for the oldest sibling in the childhood favorite fairy tale, A Gift for Baba, and visit this frozen landscape will surely have all makings of a tale of your own. For more information on tickets and timetables, or to learn more about places to see, visit during your stay, please contact the Crusader Visitor Information Center.
Now that's what I call a brochure. I want to see more of this type of thing in the game in the future.
Quantum drive is now off.
What the? Have you played Subnautica, Wolf?
Yes, I have.
Did you beat it?
No, I usually play in creative mode because it's more fun because I like to build.
Uh-huh. Have you seen the sequel?
Yeah, I have. I've been waiting for it to go on sale so I can buy it.
Did you get far enough in the game to find the sunbeam?
Find a which beam?
The sunbeam.
I don't know what
The ship that comes to rescue you in the game, you don't remember?
Oh, that's the one that gets blown up?
Yeah, it's called the sunbeam.
Oh, I never knew what it was called.
I think it's funny because Solara always says, "May the sunbeam find you."
Ah,
But whenever it finds you in Subnautica, it gets blown up.
yep, it sure does. I was just hoping that instead of shooting it down, that it would crash land, you know, so you have.
There's nothing left of it to crash.
I
It's
know.
not as big as the ship you crash in.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Obliteration. I'm gonna hop in No Man's Sky.
I saw that game, previews of it. It's quite beautiful. It is a beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's really beautiful. So Solara, have you played?
Not really. I've been so busy lately. And I even barely played Star Citizen until the last few days. But that's one thing I really want to do more gaming. But I find that physically I get so tired so quickly. I wish I was 20 again. I miss the days when I could stay up 3 days.
Yeah. That's I usually don't never stayed up 3 days. I think I came close, but I tend to get grouchy on that third day.
Oh, I can imagine that. I can relate to that actually.
I haven't played it so long, I don't remember anything. What was that noise? An augmentation for the colossal hyperdrive engine of the interstellar freighter. Quantum resonance improved robustness of the drive during FTL travel, granting the ability to leap to stars previously out of reach. Gather cadmium. Craft or purchase oxygen filter. Craft or purchase antimatter housing. So we need to gather cadmium. Okay, where the heck am I? Upgrade module acquired. Open the inventory tab. Begin. What? That's not inventory. How do you open inventory?
It should show you a letter or isn't that inventory right there? It says general.
No, that's not inventory. That's my gun.
No, where it says general.
Shh, I don't remember how to play anymore.
I haven't played in a long time. They've had some good updates, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, nee. Looks like I have a pretty good ship. It's full of all kinds of stuff. Do I have the cadmium stuff that they said? They said cadmium, I believe. I don't see any cadmium in here. Oh, there it is at the top. Exosuit, there we go. I have 100 cadmium. How much cadmium did they want me to have? The first traveler, activate the holo terminal. Oh geez, how do I even find the mission that had me on a second ago?
I think there's a thing that there's a log or something up there.
Well, so far all I see is this. I guess that's my freighter.
Oh,
Multi-tool.
Ships.
My starship, my exosuit.
There should be a log or something.
Boy. Well, K just makes me walk. J doesn't do anything. L doesn't seem to do anything. H is making that blink. I don't know why. U, I, P. Oh, P. Log. Where's the thing that told me to get cadmium?
What's the port resonator? What is it?
Oh, is that the one? Yeah, it says I need 250 cadmium.
That's the one.
Okay. How do I... Okay. Scan. Okay, but how do I do a regular scan? Oh, I think that did something. Oxygen, hydrogen, hydrogen, Na, what's Na?
Well, there's C.
Where?
If you have the letter C, if it's
I don't see anything that starts with C anywhere.
no on your keyboard, letter
And
C.
it's hot as hell. I'm dying from heat.
Oh, you gotta make sure you keep your shield up.
It's not even healing me. I thought getting in the ship would heal me.
Yeah. Oh, well, you have to stay a while, I think, for it to do that. I don't know if it. Oh well, I never got hurt. I guess I always got in the ship and renewed my shield. Oh, you went in the water. That'll work. As far as cooling.
I can't scan it, but it's killing me. I'm getting killed by a toxic storm. It's just the toxins from that plant.
Yes.
How do I pull out my gun? Come on, gun. Whoa! That did something. What is that? That's not the kind of gun I want. I don't know. That's mining? What's this do? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. They
Plasma. Oh, there we go. Mining beam, terrain manipulator, bolt caster. There we go. Bolt caster. Cave marrow. Die. Oh, that's not doing anything. Let's try mining beam. Gave me some oxygen.
Yeah, there used to be those little plants around.
It's funny, it gave me oxygen when it was killing me because it was toxic. But if I kill it, I can breathe it? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, there was one that wasn't toxic, but it's a little bubbles. It's you gather it in and go into your suit.
I'm getting the impression there's no cadmium around here.
Acupuncture works in the same way. Herbal medicines and things like that, such as snake venom, it can be actually quite medicinal.
Yeah, or eating those pufferfish if you know how to detoxify.
Yes, the puffer.
Iowa.
The water's contaminated with dihydrogen monoxide.
Sounds like the West Coast.
You heard that? You heard of that before, Solara?
What did I read? What did I?
You ever heard of water being contaminated with dihydrogen monoxide?
I may have.
Do you know what dihydrogen monoxide is?
Not really. Can you tell me?
Oh, think about it. What's dihydrogen mean?
2 hydrogens?
And what's monoxide mean?
1 oxide? What is it?
So what is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen? It's not a trick question. It's really obvious, but almost everybody overlooks it. So when you tell somebody their water is contaminated with dihydrogen monoxide, which you said yourself is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, what is it contaminated with?
Oh, you're. My goodness, I can.
Right?
You know, someone was trying to take an IQ test once, and then they actually quizzed me one time, at first I was having a hard time with the question, and once they told me what it was, I felt so stupid. They
Yeah,
actually
but
read.
everyone
They read them for
everyone
series of numbers.
always misses that. It's not just you. But you know the answer. You knew the answer. You just had to think about it. But when you first heard it, you just assumed you didn't know what it was until you thought it through.
Yes, I once had someone, what was it? Well, someone knew my phone number, but they asked me to memorize a series of numbers, and they were paired as 2 numbers each. And so they basically read back my phone number to me, but they read it in a way where it was like, for example, if the number was area code 808, 597375967, for example, they would say, I'm going to give you a few numbers and see if you can tell me back these numbers, see if you can memorize these numbers and then say it back to me. So the first number is 80, the second number is 87, the third pair of numbers is 37, the fourth pair is 59, and the sixth pair is 67. Now, when they said it that way, I would have a hard time to memorize all those series of numbers. And when I tried to remember and tell them back, they literally just showed me my phone number. Of course, that's not my phone number, but they literally showed me my phone number. So I was completely shocked. Like, wow, because my mind is wired to think a certain way, I can memorize my phone number easily. If someone says, "Oh, what is your phone number?" I know it right off the bat. But when someone presents it to me in that different way, I have a hard time actually recalling the number.
Okay, well, check this out. Back in the day when I had a pager, I had no cell phone, I used to get paged frequently from a phone number about every few weeks. Enough time would go by that I would forget about it, and they would page me again with a phone number that I recognized, but I couldn't remember who it was. The phone number was 867-5309. You probably know the number.
That's from a song.
Huh? You recognize the phone number, right?
Yes, I recognize that it's from a song.
Yeah, well, somebody keep paging me with that, and then I go to a payphone thinking I recognize the number, but I don't remember who it is, and I go put a quarter in the payphone and call it, and I don't get anything.
Oh, wow. That's so bad.
Some bastard, I never found out who was doing it, kept paging me with that number, and they'd wait long enough until I'd forget, and I'd go call it again. It went on for a long time before I remembered what the number was from.
Well, that was very conniving.
So I totally know that number. Who is that? I know that number. Who is that? 8675309. Oh,
That is so. I once did take an IQ test with my 2 other friends, and we collaborated together on this one IQ test. It was so funny. The score came out to be 77.
What?
Yes, I think there must have been a mistake with that score.
Do you know what that means?
I have, well, according to the score, it's saying that we're not very.
Yeah, but do you know what that score is equivalent of?
What is that equivalent to?
A chimpanzee.
I don't want to hear any more about it.
I'm not joking. Chimpanzees' IQ is just around 70.
Well, I've heard enough of
I think
I'm sure whatever it wasn't a fair test.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like it was.
Somebody was messing with you.
Well, that's very sweet of you, but I think I know what my real score.
Well, it wasn't 77, I can tell you that. It was well over 100.
You're so sweet.
I'm being serious. I'm not saying that to make you feel good. I'm telling you, your IQ's over 100, well over 100, easy, without even trying. There's no way you had an IQ that low. It's impossible. It's whoever told you that was pulling your leg.
I wish that were the case.
I have to agree with Epicos. They were joking with you.
Like literally a retard could get that score.
Well,
Like-
3 of us were working really hard to solve this test, and even with 3 of us collaborating, it turned out to be. I said, "My goodness!" So people who have like 162 IQ are really, truly genius.
No, no. Even people with like 200 IQ, it doesn't mean they're like smart. It just means they remember a lot. That doesn't mean they're a good problem solver. They're a good engineer. It just means they remember. They got book smarts, or I don't know about. I know plenty of people who have high grades in college and are book smart that are dumb as rocks.
You must be joking, because
I'm not joking. I know plenty of people like that. No people like that at Boeing. They have no common sense.
That's it.
They're book smart. They know math.
That's
They can
it.
bring up a bunch of facts, but when it comes to actual real life world problems, they're freaking lost.
Yes.
They have no freaking clue.
I had a friend like that.
No life experience. All their
She had no
experience is in
common
books.
sense. I couldn't believe it. smart person, but when it came to life itself, she had no common sense. She just had book smarts, so. I don't understand. That's just you're
Like, for example, because you haven't learned calculus doesn't mean you're dumb. It just means you didn't learn calculus. You know what I mean? They can't grade you on and say how smart you are or aren't based on whether or not you know something specific like that.
That's very true.
Well, you of all people, I've seen the IQ test, and it was not just on memory; it was on logic as well.
Yeah, well,
I forget one of the. Oh yeah, one of the questions. Okay, so here's one of the questions it asked. It says if you go in the store and you have, let's see, three pairs of socks, and you have 3 pairs of what was it? 3 different pairs of socks, and then there's another 3 pairs of socks. What are the total possible combinations are there?
total combinations?
Yes, maximum possible outcomes of the different combinations of. So there's 3 different pairs.
Let me think. Don't talk anymore. I'm trying to figure it out in my head. So it'd be 12 times 12. And I would just need a calculator to figure it out because I'm not very good at doing that stuff. It'd be 120 times, or 120 plus.
And then,
I have to write it down. I can't do it in my head.
What was another question? Why is so there's something called a manhole, which is a lid that goes in the street, and they ask.
It'd be
why
360. 360.
Oh, 360 possible combinations. I see. Wow, you're pretty amazing, pretty impressive. Well, why?
It's not really that amazing.
So why is a manhole round? They called it a manhole. It's a round lid that covers the street that goes in. That covers the.
It's called a manhole.
Yes. Why is it circular? They're asking.
Why? Because it's impossible for it to fall in. You can't flip it You can't flip it in any direction where it will possibly slip through.
Oh my goodness! You truly are a genius. Wow. We could never figure that question out. Oh.
Why? If it was square, you could turn it diagonal and it would fall right in.
That's amazing. It's so impressive. Okay. How many golf balls would fit in a school bus?
How many what now?
This was an essay question on the IQ exam. It wasn't an actual multiple. They wanted to know how you respond to the question. So the question was, how many golf balls can fit in a school bus?
Fit inside a what?
A school bus.
A school bus?
Yes, that's the question.
They want to know how you respond to it?
Yes, they want to know your train of thought.
Well, the train of thought would be... Well, I would figure out the volume of a single golf ball and just figure out the volume of the inside of the bus. And then basically, once you figure out the volume of the bus, you divide it by the value of one golf ball. And that would tell you how many golf balls will fit in a bus. So a bus, approximately 8 feet wide, 6 feet high, 20 feet long, 960 cubic feet. Hold on. If I gotta get a notepad.
Epicos, it's all right.
And
Dude.
then a golf ball.
I don't mean to put you through all of this. It's all right. Just the fact that you actually are able.
A golf ball would be 2.482 cubic inches. So the next would be to figure out how many of those would fit in a cubic foot. Figure it out in just a second.
Epicos is really taking this seriously. Epicos, I mean, I'm really impressed the fact that you're able to come up with a process for this. So you've already proven that you know how to approach that question, dear, because that pretty much is along the lines of what the answer is to the question. So you don't have to continue, dear.
I would say that doesn't make sense. Oh, that's why I screwed up. So it'd be 2.4 inches. I still want to know though. Since you asked me the question, I have to answer it.
Epicos, it's all right. You can give up, dear. You already have proven you
Why
know
do
how
I
to
need to
approach
give
it.
up?
I don't mean to take up your time. That's just going to take a long. They don't expect you to have a correct answer. They just want to know, because every school bus is different, and there's so many variations. So they just want to know.
Well, I know, but it's average about 20 feet long, and you got to go by the width of the lane.
Unless it's a baby school bus.
And the height, it's got to be high enough to walk inside of, so your head doesn't hit the ceiling.
Yes, but then
So 8 feet, 6 feet wide. That's a standard. That's a pretty standard size.
Oh, but they didn't
20
say
feet
so
long. You
then.
can have buses that are 25 feet long, but 20 is probably a pretty standard length.
See,
Yes,
that's a trick question.
but every school bus is somewhat different. So
They have two
with
different styles.
seat and
Yeah,
so-
but I'll give you an average. Average gives you a starting point,
That's true.
and then you can use the equation to figure out for different size buses. Once you've figured out your equation, that is. So basically, when I was in high school, I didn't really care for school. I felt school was for the most part, pretty retarded. I didn't really like it. I felt like the classes were dumb. They were not challenging. They were not interesting. The only classes I found interesting were math and physics.
Yeah.
Which, those are the only classes I excelled in. And I did get into music, so I did play in the orchestra. But for like algebra, for example, I think I got as high as like algebra 3. And I refused to do homework because I felt it was unnecessary and a waste of my time. And it pissed off my teacher to no end. She would grind her teeth. And she would make comments like, I won't be able to pass the test, if I don't do the homework. And then the test would come around and I would ace it. and she would just grind her teeth because I refused to do the homework. But I still aced the test over and over again. She could never get me.
No, she was just jealous, is what it was. She should have been happy that you could do that. Excessive
Well,
homework.
Well, you
the
definitely.
algebra is just straightforward. It's like logical. It's like real easy to figure out in your head. You don't need to memorize it because it's so easy to just figure out.
Well, you definitely have.
But say a class like calculus or trigonometry, that's hard because you have to memorize theorems in language that you don't speak. I mean, it's in English, but it's not the kind of English you would go and talk to a person and say it the way they say it, and you have to memorize it that way. That just drove me mad.
Yeah.
And the other part that I had a problem with, whenever I asked the teacher to explain something, they can never explain it. Their only explanation is, this is what the book says, this is the answer, this is what you have to remember. And I'd be like, why? Why is this the answer? Why is this equation the answer? How did you come to this answer that this is the answer? You know, they can never explain that. They're totally lost and they just get frustrated with me. So I would sit there and try to figure it out myself, and I would do equations page after page after page after page. Oh, there you go. Now I understand. But they could never explain it. But once I understood it, then I could remember it. I can't remember it just because they told me it's the right answer. I have to be able to work it out in my head logically.
Interesting.
I don't memorize
Okay.
stuff like other people.
So if you look at a procedure that has lists of steps on what to do, you cannot memorize the steps. You have to understand why it's like that. Is that what?
Yeah, I have to discover on my own what works, what doesn't work, and why the things that don't work don't work. For example, I'll give you something easier to understand. Like, I get fire training with the fire department, and they hand me this huge halon bottle, and they tell me that I have to set the bottle on the ground. I have to wear insulated glove, pull the pin, squeeze the trigger, but I have to leave it on the ground. And I said, why do I need to wear the glove? Why do I need to set it on the ground? They don't know the answer. They just said, this is the rule, this is what we do. But I'm like, I'm a big guy. I can carry this and be more effective walking around with it. But you can't tell me why I can't do that.
Yes, but it's for your safety, dear. There may be something
They
that
didn't know what wasn't safe about it. That's the problem.
Well, that's the thing. Do you really want to find out what's not safe
Yes,
about it?
I do.
What if it slaps you in the face?
I can handle it. I'm a big guy.
Hmm.
So I'll tell you what happened. So when the fireman couldn't give me a straight answer, and everybody else in the group had no freaking idea, I went ahead and picked it up and pulled the trigger and found out why. So when I pulled the trigger, there was a lightning bolt that came out my big toe on my right foot that went out the front of my boot and curved and went down into the pavement. Oh my god! I was laying on my back, my legs were folded behind me, and everybody was laughing. And I was like, okay, that's why. I'm like smoking. Holy shit. There's a lot of static electricity when you pull the trigger on a halon bottle, but nobody knew. And knowing why is important, because just telling someone that you have to set it on the ground is not enough to make me remember to always set it on the ground. Now, once I got the crap shocked out of me, I never forgot to put it on the ground. And nobody had to tell me to put it on the ground because I already knew.
Well, you know what helps is the fact that with all those guys there, when someone else asks that question again, they'll be able to answer it.
Yeah, they'll be able to answer it now because I was the only one willing to ask the question. Most people just accept the answers without asking questions.
Well, the
And
thing
instructors
is, the
get
guy
really
who
frustrated with me
originally
because they
taught
can't
those
answer most of the
guys-
time.
Well, the thing is, the guy who originally trained those guys probably told them why, but the one who was supposed to pass it down didn't pass down that information. Was probably into the because I said so, you know.
When I was learning basic electronics and I had questions about components, about how capacitors or diodes or how they're built, why do they work? I know how they function, I know what they do, but what are the electromechanical properties inside these things that make them tick? And the instructor couldn't answer one iota any of the information I answered him. He would give me stupid answers like, I integrated chips run off smoke. If the smoke comes out, they don't work anymore. What? So basically he's telling me if it overheats, catches on fire, they don't work. Well, duh. That doesn't mean they run on smoke, right? But that's the kind of stupid stuff I would get from instructors.
That's pretty sad.
They were really that bad?
Yeah. That's how I feel about most classes. I'll give you another example. I was doing training at Boeing, and I was so bored with the class. I just want the test. I don't like taking the class. I just wanted to get the tests
That's funny.
because I could figure out the answers during the test without being told the answers, without having them explain. I could figure them out and get the test done before anybody else most of the time. As long as I know how to find the answers, I can figure it out myself quicker than they can teach it to me. So one day I was taking, what was it called? Rotopine. And there's a calculation you have to do on a little pieces of metal called almond strips. And they have to set the RPM on their tool, and they have to beat it for a certain amount of time. They got to get 200% coverage, and you got to time it and take measurements on how much the metal is affected, how much it bends or warps. And they have to be within a certain degree, and if it's not in there, they have to start over because it's no good, and they have to reset the tool, redo the calculation, start over. So I'm sleeping through the class because I'm just waiting for the test. I don't care. I'm like, whatever. So finally the test comes. I sit up, I take the test, I finish, I turn it in, and then I take off for 40 minutes while everybody else finishes their test. I come back, he grades the test, and he says, well, everybody passed and only Creswell failed. I was like, what? And so I looked at the test, and I looked at the equations he gave to the class that he taught the class. He gave them equations to figure out the almond strip intensity. And I looked at it, and I looked at the test, and I said, my answers are right. I'm looking at your equation on the board. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm talking in the class, and all the class is looking at me like I'm stupid. And they're like, no, that's the answer. And I'm like, okay, then I was just getting upset because I'm looking at his equation. It doesn't make any sense to me. He's telling me this is the right equation. He's teaching the whole class to use this equation to figure out the almond intensity. And I'm telling him that equation he's using doesn't make any logical sense, that it's gibberish. And if I use that almond strip equation that he taught the class, everything will fail. Like on the airplane. And he's teaching the class. He's the instructor. And I said, you know what? I don't know what's going on here. I really can't understand. I can't wrap my hand around it. I can't wrap my head around it why everybody else is right and I have no clue what's going on. I said, you know what? Just fail me because I don't understand it. I don't understand your equation. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just fail me. I can't grasp it. And I'm like really upset. I'm like freaking out. My hand's shaking. I'm like, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I don't know what bizarro world you guys are from, but that equation doesn't make any sense to me. So I left the classroom. When I'm going down the hallway, the instructor comes running out, chases me down the hall, and he says, wait, just wait right here for a minute. And he goes to the next classroom over, goes to another instructor. The instructor comes over, looks at the test, and they're talking for a little while, and then they grab me and bring me back in the room, and they tell everybody in the class, Creswell's the only person that passed. Everyone else failed. Are you serious?
Wow.
Are you serious? Oh my god. It's because of the way I think. Because I don't take an equation that somebody gives me at face value that this is the way you figure out a problem. I figure out the equation in my head. Like, what's the logical way I would figure out an equation to figure out this problem? So I use my own equation. I don't use equations they give me.
Well, that's the best way to be, though.
That's quite amazing.
Because that doesn't make any sense to me. I look at the equation, it doesn't make sense. It's just like reading gibberish. But yeah, I was the only one that passed the class, and I almost just had him fail me and just walk away. And then I was like, what the hell? This guy's been teaching this class for how long? How many classes is he taught? And how many people did he pass with that equation he gave? I didn't get into it. I just, I left the email with my manager and I let them deal with it. I wasn't trying to embarrass the guy or anything, but holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that I'm like super smart or anything, because I'm not. I just never accept things people tell me, and I try to figure it out on my own. That's all.
Well, I always say, my parents always taught me to prove it to myself. That's the easiest way. That's sort of like my mom. She wanted to learn algebra. I see.
Like when they said I failed, I was upset because I couldn't understand, and I wasn't really sure that I would be the only one that was right, and because I figured there'd be like one or two people in the class that understood my side, but nobody took my side, not one person. So I was like,